Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick that again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud, gotta get it out the flow. Cause that's the only way to go, let's go.
Shooting lights out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shooting Lights Out here on this Monday. We are in the second month of 2026. It is February 2nd. We're already a month in, Cole.
Wow. Day number 33 of 2026. And January felt like we went through a whole year. But yeah, it's wonderful to be alive. It's great that we are now rounding the corner from January to February. Of course, this is the month where the Super Bowl happens. In fact, the Super Bowl be in 6 days. And then All-Star Weekend is the weekend after. And along with that is splurge money on your girl day. I'm sorry, Valentine's Day. And then President's Day falls somewhere the week after.
That man says splurge money on your girl day.
I mean, what is Valentine's Day for? I mean, it ain't for us.
Definitely not.
Oh, and definitely happy Black History Month to all of you as well. But I'm gonna tell you how I roll. Black History Month is every month of the year. Every day of the year. I don't care what day it is. I don't care what month it is. It is Black History for me every day.
Every day, every day, every day.
But since there is a reason for, I won't go into it, but since there is a reason for why Black History Month exists, happy Black History Month to all of you.
Yes. It should be a fun episode for you guys today. We have a heat check today.
Yeah.
We have a heat check. Of course, we got to go over the weekend, a monster weekend that was in basketball, especially in college.
I want to talk about that.
Oh, yeah, we got some NBA stuff to get into. And we are also debuting a new segment today. That new segment is going to be fun. Let's see how this goes. And me and Cole talked about it. He loves the idea.
Oh, yeah. Brilliant idea. I love it. I love it. And the artwork, pristine, sir. Pristine.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. But
I know I ain't, but for what I have seen thus far, beautiful jobs thus far, sir.
Thank you for watching. If you're watching on the Playmakers Network YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell as we continue to grow and continue to make things happen. If you're watching on my personal LinkedIn, Darnell Playmaker Silence, go ahead, connect me on LinkedIn, and then slide over to the Playmakers Network YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. If you are a podcast listener, if you want to listen to this while you're doing other things, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Prime, Amazon Prime, and anywhere else you can listen to podcasts is it. Well, whatever platform that you're on, go ahead, hit the follow button, hit the like button, leave comments, give us a review, let us know how we're doing, and if you're enjoying the episode. And we are live somewhere else.
That's right. We are live on the Real Wise Radio Network. And a shout out to you, Wise El Jefe. Everything is good over there. Just got a chance to put a little bit of a spit shine on the new digs that is the Real Wise Network and Real Wise Radio Network. He's doing it up real big. I'm doing it up real big with him. Shout out to you, my brother. I love you. I hope everything is well with you. I just put the finishing touches on a beautiful design for another couple of programs of his. So everything is good and wonderful in his world. And it is a joy to be on the Real Wise Radio Network, that this is one of the flagship shows on the program. I mean, of the network. So thank you, Wise. Appreciate you, brother. Love you. My ace. I hope everything's good with you. And I hope everything's good with all of you out there. And if, of course, you feel froggy, jump in on the chat. We'd love participation. So give it to us. Brother, sister, give it to us.
So apparently we're allowed somewhere else too.
Oh, Snowman, or the Johnny Carson of the Snowman in the Morning broadcast. He comes to you every Monday through Friday morning. Okay, sorry, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. if you are out on the Pacific Coast. He says, if permission is granted, you are also live on the Snowman Multimedia Sports Network as well.
That works.
Well, there you go. There you have it. I guess we are live on Real Wise Radio Network and the Sports Snowman Multimedia Radio Network.
Well, since we live on so many different platforms, what's the first order of business?
Well, the first order of business is iron unkind. No. Let me see. The first order of business is Kawhi still gonna play and get it. No, that's not it.
Not Kawhi.
Let me see. Zion Williamson gives you a dunk and a tap. No, that's not it. I'm trying to think. What's the number? Oh, Ja Morant gonna be waving a firearm. No, that's not it either. No, he can't do that. Around the hardwood. I'm sorry that my mind just sometimes it's fertile and sometimes I gotta blow out the cobwebs and just other things just come in my mind first. I'm sorry, Playmaker.
You is something else.
What? Why am I something else now?
That man, he finna go through his whole list of people he need to go through before we even get to the first segment of the show. Would you get us started, sir?
If it puts a smile on your face, I don't give a. That's all that matters to me. But since you want to get on with the festivities, fine. Former UCLA standout Amari Bailey said he is attempting to become the first basketball player to return to college after playing in the NBA. The 21-year-old has hired an agent and a lawyer to prepare to fight for NCAA eligibility, with hopes to join a college team and play one more season. He said he started to explore return to college earnestly in 2025, but has wondered whether there was a way back to the NCAA since the day he was drafted in 2023. He said
Stop right there.
Oh no! I want to set the table so you can clown this fool thoroughly.
All right.
He said he made some mistakes as an 18-year-old freshman and left UCLA, quote, with a lot left on the table. Right now, I'd be a senior in college. I'm not trying to be 27 years old playing college athletics. No shade to the guys that do. That's their journey. But I went to play professionally and learned a lot. Went through a lot. So, why not me? Close quote. Rewind. Now, he said that he started to explore a return to college earnestly last year, but has wondered whether there was a way back to the NCAA since the day he was drafted back in 2023. Your thoughts, sir, on Mr. Bailey wanting to go back to college after already playing in the NBA?
To the people, to the FCC Airways, I apologize for my statement.
I don't.
Ace Bailey, sit your ass down. How you gonna try to go back to college? And you actually played in 10 NBA games.
Yep.
This ain't, I forgot the guy name we talked about last week. It ain't like him. He didn't even touch the NBA. He got drafted, never I think he signed a 2-way contract. Never put on the NBA uniform. Never touched the NBA court. I think he did some G League work, and that was it. Matter of fact, the guy from Alabama. Now that I thought about it, you actually played in 10 NBA games, meaning you put on the NBA uniform, you laced up your sneakers, and you stepped on the court with professional players. Meaning somebody saw you on national television or local television, depending on which the game will broadcast on, and you got to step on the court. You talking about you trying to go back to college? Hell no. Now, you want to go back to college, get your degree, that's one thing. But going back to college to play for UCLA or another college, hell no.
He ain't getting it. He ain't going back for the degree.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So what? Say again. So what do you say about him going back to college just to play ball?
Hell no. Hell no. We ain't doing that. No, you play in the NBA. You put on an NBA uniform. You play in 10 games. No, you don't get the chance to go back and play college basketball. Your time is up. Go ahead, Cole.
Your time is up. My time is now. You can't see me. Well, the NBA can't see you neither. Sorry. NCAA Senior Vice President of External Affairs, Tim Buckley, said when asked about Bailey's return and his plans, quote, the NCAA has not and will not grant eligibility to any players who have signed an NBA contract. Congress can strengthen NCAA rules so professional athletes cannot sue their way back to competing against college students. Close quote. It looks like the NCAA is ready. Now, Bailey, who appeared in a reality television show about basketball moms in his early teens before moving to Los Angeles to play on the same high school team as Bronny James. That's why this Woosa and other future NBA players said he was not concerned about the criticism he might receive for his push to go back to school, saying, quote, I feel like I've dealt with a lot, and this wouldn't be anything different. Close quote. There's two different things I would love to say. Unfortunately, the Lord has my tongue, and I can't say either one of them. But just think Clay Davis in The Wire and think Show Nuff in The Last Dragon. Yeah. Please is on the end of it. Lord have mercy. Now, from one, how can I put this? Fine, I'll say, for one doofus to another.
I don't know about that one.
I do.
I don't know about that one.
I do. Paul George was suspended 25 games without pay for violating the NBA's anti-doping or anti-drug policy, and this was announced on Saturday. In a statement to ESPN Shams Charania, George said, quote, over the past few years, I've discussed the importance of mental health, and of course, recently seeking treatment for an issue of my own. I made the mistake of taking an improper medication. I take full responsibility for my actions and apologize to the Sixers organization, my teammates, and the Philly fans for my poor decision-making during this process. I am focused on using this time to make sure that my mind and body are in the best condition to help the team when I return. Close quote. The suspension began Saturday with the 76ers game against the Pelicans. When he is eligible to return, which will be March 25th, that's the home game against the Bulls, the 76ers will have 10 regular season games left. The suspension will cost George roughly a little less than $12 million of his $51.7 million salary, or let's just say a little under $500,000 per game. for the 25 games he'll miss. Before Saturday's game, Sixers head coach Nick Nurse declined to discuss details of his conversation with George after the suspension was announced. Nurse said that he hadn't noticed personal issues with George, saying, quote, I think he's fine. Really fun to coach, really good teammate. His teammates really like him, showing some great leadership. Close quote. Now, George is 35. He's averaging 16 points while shooting a little bit more than 38% from three in 27 games this season. He's also been part of the resurgent 76ers squad that has bounced back from last season's injury-filled campaign to sit in sixth place now in the Eastern Conference, and that 16 points is third on the team. Your thoughts on Mr. George being suspended 25 games for violating the NBA's anti-drug policy?
First and foremost, let me thank you, ESPN, for keeping inside the NBA. Because who would ever thought in the day and age that we would get inside the NBA on ABC? Think about that. I got to watch Kenny, Charles, Shaq, and Ernie on ABC.
They really done made it now.
On ABC over the weekend. And they talked about this. And I'm with Kenny and Charles on this one. What is the drug that Paul George take? And what is it for? Because it doesn't sound like he took something that was performance enhancing drug. It sounded like he took something for his mental health. So if that's the case, that's why I say I don't know about that. Because if he took something for his mental health, I think y'all can let Paul George slide with that. Because it didn't say PEDs, didn't say performance enhancing. And I get what Shaq was saying. You get a booklet and you get a list of drugs that you can't take and stuff like that. But
wow.
If it's not enhancing his performance, if it's something that's for his mental health, you gotta find something here, because mental health is like a real thing out here. So I'm on the Kenny Smith and Charles Barkley side of this. We need more details about this medication. Go ahead, Cole.
Here's the problem. I'm 100% with Shaq on this one. You get a booklet before the season begins, probably before training camp starts, where it says these medications you can take and these medications you can't. And I'm sure it also says in that booklet, for those who have a doubt about if it is banned or not, go to the NBA offices and let's clear it before it is available, or before you can use it, or you have to consider it a banned substance. Now, I'm not debating on the use of it, maybe not enhancing his performance, but he's not being suspended for performance enhancement. He's being suspended because it is a drug that's banned, which is a different tier altogether. Plus, Mr. George is 35. He's not 25. He's not 18 or 19. He's 35. He has been around the block. They probably test players maybe 3-4 times during the year. So I would assume George has been in the league about 15, 16 years. So he knows what's the deal. He is pissed in many cups. He should know what he can and can't take, whether it is bud, whether it is steroids, or whether it is a hormone that helps improve moods or not. If it's a banned substance, you shouldn't take it. Period. And if you have doubts about it, before you ingest it, go to the offices and ask, can I take this? That's not hard to do. So I'm not saying that George is a drug head. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that was a he's not stupid. He's not stupid or dumb, but that was a dumb and stupid move. Clear it before you could take it. You took it, you thought it was fine, and it ended up being one of the banned substances on the list. I, I don't know what else to say other than you should have known better and declare it before you took it. Now, if the NBA didn't, like the NFL and Major League Baseball, and I'm sure NHL too, if they didn't issue a booklet saying, okay, well, this you can't take, this you can't take, this you can take, this you can't take, this you can't take, this you can't take. If that wasn't issued, then I would understand Kenny Smith's and Charles Barkley's points a little bit better. I'm not saying I disagree with them. I'm saying Shaq's point basically trumps theirs from the standpoint of you know what you can't take. It's there. If you know what's there and is a substance you can't take, but you take that substance anyway, nah, man. And you're dealing, and this is a veteran. Yeah, of course, I know, and I know that he is an advocate for mental health, and he talked about how mental health was really wreaking havoc on him when they were in the bubble back in 2020. I understand that. But you got to move smarter than this. Got to move smarter than this. The 76ers right now are 26-21. They are 16-11 when George plays, and they are 10 up and 10 down when he does not. Now, Nurse went on to say about all of this with the suspension going down and the team moving forward until March 25th and George's return, quote, as with all of our players, dealing with this kind of stuff, you care about them. We're here to help him. The organization is in any way possible. And to try to get past it as soon as we can, get through it the best we can, and then we will go from there. Close quote. Well, Joel, you better make sure that you don't put on the street clothes real soon, because they're going to need all of your 25 games when George is away. And that might mean the Sixers' chances are doomed. Staying in the NBA and staying in the Eastern Conference. The Cavaliers, they traded DeAndre Hunter to the Kings, and they got Keon Ellis and the pugilistic Dennis Schroeder in return. That's what the team announced yesterday or Sunday. The three-team deal includes the Bulls acquiring Kings forward Dario Saric and 2 future second-round picks. The Cavaliers are turning Hunter's salary slot into a depth point at point guard with Schroeder and a top defender on the market with Ellis. The Cavaliers also save about $50 million in salary and luxury tax bills this season because of the transaction and drop their tax bill from $164 million to $120 million. And this is according to ESPN's Bobby Marks. This also positions Cleveland to get under their second apron next season. Ellis is on an expiring $2.3 million contract, but is eligible to sign up to a 3-year deal worth $52 million as an extension starting next Monday. Despite being an apron team, or February 9th, despite being an apron team next season, Cleveland can re-sign Ellis and extend that threshold. The 28-year-old Hunter, the Kings now receive an established 3-and-D, meaning he shoots threes very well and he plays defense very well, wing under contract through next season. Hunter has averaged 14 points and 4.2 rebounds per game, and the trade also brings roster flexibility to the Kings, includes space to convert two-way center Dylan Cardwell to now a standard NBA deal. Caldwell, who has been a revelation for the Kings as an undrafted rookie, averaging 4.7 points, 7.1 rebounds, and 1.7 blocks in 18.8 minutes per game. Saric is on an expiring contract worth $5.4 million, which the Bulls will absorb as their net future assets. Chicago's waiving guard Javon Carter to create space for Saric. That's what sources say. Your thoughts on this three-way trade, and who do you think comes out smelling most like a rose in it?
I'm gonna say 3 words, and I'm throwing it right back to you. April and May.
So basically, you're saying nobody won this deal. No one won this trade. It's all about if the Cavaliers can step up their efforts and not put forth a game like they did in the conference semifinals where they scored 39 points and gave up 80 and a half.
Like I said, 3 words, and I'm throwing it right to you.
Is that what you're saying, sir?
Exactly, because I knew exactly where you was finna go with it. You love you love the Cavs, so you go ahead, have your fun. That'd be fun.
Last year they had the number 1 seed in the East. They had their way with the Hawks in the first round. Then when they got to the Pacers, they forgot how to play basketball and defense. It is to me about if this team can be the Eastern Conference representative in the finals. Otherwise, it's a step back. Even if they were to lose in the same round as they did last year, to me, it would be a step back if they lost in the conference semifinals this year too. Because you would think a team that won that many games in the regular season and looked strong and had just about everybody in the East, or everybody when it came to the East, pick them and not the Pacers, nor the Knicks, nor the Celtics, who to me actually looked better down the stretch than the Cavaliers did. You got to show me that you are not for show, you're for dough. I mean, and I agree with you, Playmaker. It is about not how it is in early February. It's about how it is in late April, early May, mid-May, late May, and into early June, if you can be so fortunate and get as far. But you can't be 66-16 and then in a playoff game give up 80 points and only score 39. You can't be a number 1 seed and play like you're the Brooklyn Nets.
And that's why I gave it to you. That's exactly why I gave it to you. You did not disappoint at all on that one. You did not disappoint at all.
Thank you.
I just got to say 3 words, and Cole can go from there. That's all it takes.
You gave me good focal point to go down. But yeah, I mean that's what it is with the Cavaliers. They got to show that they can be better than they were last year. And to me, forget the record, bump the record, and bump being the number 1 seed in the East. Win 2 playoff series, and then I think we could say, all right, they had a better season than last year. I think they have what it takes to be an Eastern Conference champion.
In other words, can you make it to the month of June, which means the NBA Finals?
And the way I see it right now, I don't think so. And the way I see it right now, I don't even think they can make it to the second round yet. I don't think they can make it to the conference semifinals. And I don't think this deal makes it where they can at least secure themselves.
Charles hated this deal. He couldn't stand this deal. Well, you heard it.
I'm not feeling it. But it's more along the lines of I really don't care about the Cavs and whatever deals they make. They just got to show up. And they got to be able to at least play for the Eastern Conference title, at least. But I believe they should be in the NBA Finals. But they should at least play for the conference title. And I know for doggone sure this move doesn't do it. Speaking of moves that just don't do it,
Really?
The WNBA's latest expansion franchise is set to make its return in the 2026 season with style. Do we know they're going to have a season? I'm sorry. On Wednesday morning, the Portland Fire unveiled their uniforms for the upcoming season. Inspired by Portland's new logos, the team will wear a heroine edition for its home games, a white jersey with fire across the chest, red font with black numbers that represent Portland's, quote, passion for the team, close quote. On the road, the Fire will don the Explorer edition, red patterned jersey with Portland across the chest in the black with white numbers and would celebrate, quote, the Fire's legacy in Portland, close quote. Kimberly Veal, the Portland Fire Senior Vice President of Marketing and Communications, said in a news release, quote, our 2026 jerseys are an embodiment of this new era of the team, bold, innovative, and resilient. Every element was shaped with Portland in mind, honoring our legacy while capturing the spirit and energy of this incredible city we represent. As we prepare our debut season in May, read it. Our athletes and fans alike will embody that ethos when wearing a Fire's jersey. Close quote. We don't know you're going to have a season.
Well, to help you out with that, they did meet today, so I'm looking for the next coming days to hear any reports about this meeting that they had today. But here are the two jerseys right here on the screen.
All I know, look, okay, fine. The jerseys are beautiful. I love the jerseys, although from a creative standpoint, black letters on red unless you have white trim. No, put white trim on that, and the letters will stand out more. But that's from the designer in me. Other than that, these are Fire jerseys. They are.
No pun intended.
Seriously, no pun intended. My issue is we had a collective bargaining agreement that was extended to January the 9th. Did we get a deal in place before, on, or after then?
But they don't want to rush everything if they do get a deal.
Did they get a deal done before, during, or after January the 9th?
No, they haven't. We're in February.
So why is we doing this jersey reveal?
They supposed to just hold it in and all of a sudden, oh, we got a deal. All of a sudden, they got to rush and throw everything out.
Yes.
That doesn't help the fans.
It doesn't. The WNBA ain't helping the fans. They're being idiotic and stupid.
That's the WNBA. That's not the franchise.
I mean, just like they rolled out a schedule for this upcoming season. You don't know you're gonna have a season. I said we want y'all to report April the 19th. Heifers, you don't got a deal in place. Why?
That's why they met today. After not talking for like 3 weeks.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Oh my gosh.
They ain't do no expansion draft, so they just rebuild the jersey. They ain't no expansion draft has been happening.
Yeah, so they had to eschew the expansion draft. At least they had to eschew rolling out the expansion draft. They got to hold out for some time and do it sometime later. Hopefully later in the winter or in the spring, and hopefully they could do it before the draft, which the draft is supposed to be April 13th. That's just 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Portland Fire. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for the reveal. I'm just a little peeved and pissed off at the WNBA and everything WNBA because we're having numb. Most of the owners are men. We're having numb nuts who are owning the teams, and we're having bad advice being passed along to the WNBPA and saying, well, you should strike. No, you'd be playing into those dummies' hands if you do strike. I want a season. Get a deal in place and get a smart deal that is beneficial for the players so that I can enjoy stuff like this. Oh yeah, we got Portland and we got Toronto coming in. So we're going to have 2 new teams for the spring. That's going to be great. But all I'm thinking is 3 months until you tip off the regular season for 2026, and you clowns don't have a deal. You've had to blow out the free agency period, and you don't have a deal. So I don't want to rain on your fire, Portland. But it's unfortunate that you had this release that you did last week. And yes, the jerseys are beautiful. And the fact that you're able to be in the WNBA arena is even more wonderful. And that's one of the greatest basketball cities that you have. And people sleep on Portland. But I've known, because every time the Rockets went to Portland, I always winced. Because that was just a tough place to play, great crowd, and a tough team. And so that city deserves to have a franchise like the Fire, and I'm glad that they have a women's professional basketball team.
They brought back the Fire.
Yes, they brought back the Fire. Yeah. I am happy about that. Portland, whose return as the league's 15th franchise was announced back in September of 2024, announced back in July that it would bring back its original name used from 2000 to 2002 before the franchise folded, and that name was
Fire.
Portland's interim president Claire Hamill said, quote, "As a city that has long championed women's sports, Portland is ready to reclaim its place in the WNBA and reignite its connection to the game on the world stage." Close quote. The Fire would open its season at home against the Chicago Sky on May 9th.
If we get a season, I need to see that roster because I might not like Angel Reese's chances right out the gate.
Give me a deal, because I want a WNBA season. Give me a deal.
To be continued.
Yes.
But we're not done. The reserves of the All-Star have been revealed. So we know the participants in this new All-Star. So your starters on the West: Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, and Victor Wembanyama.
Not surprised on all that.
Your reserves in the West. Speaking of Portland, Denia Ajay from Portland, Devin Booker from the Phoenix Suns, Kevin Durant from Cole Johnson Houston Rockets, Anthony Edwards, Chet Holmgren, Jamal Murray, and for the 22nd straight year, LeBron James.
Retire.
That is your West All-Stars.
Retire.
Your East All-Stars, your starters are Jaylen Brown, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Brunson, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Tyrese Maxey. However, there will not be a Giannis Antetokounmpo.
What?
Injury.
Oh, I thought the NASA's pieced him up.
No.
Okay, good.
Your reserves from the East: Scotty Barnes, Jalen Durham, Jalen Johnson, Donovan Mitchell, Norman Powell, Pascal Siakam, and Coach Johnson's favorite forward/center, Karl Anthony Towns.
Al. Jordan, please tell me the dude is salty. Because if he's all sugar, dump him.
That man trying to get married. Why you trying to win that man marriage?
I'm not. All I said was all I said was Jordan. I hope that man's salty because if he sugar dump him, that's all I had. That's all I said.
You said dump him. Like
I said if the dude likes to have things enter into his anus, dump him, Jordan.
I would say the fun part for next week. Because Coach Johnson's gonna love this next week. Oh my gosh.
Why the fun part?
Because I know what I actually have the entire layout of what they're doing for this All-Star.
Oh, it's a weekend? Okay.
Yeah, I have the layout. So yeah, I know like you're going to enjoy that. I'm gonna say that for next week. I'm gonna say that for next week.
Fine.
So
All
with that being said, this concludes Around the Hardwood. All right, let's go back to the comments before we hit our first commercial break.
All right. Well, we
start Around the Hardwood.
So we have Snowman, and we appreciate you hanging around, brother. He says, and now a selection from the Wonder Bread Choir entitled "Stop Smoking Them Lines." Let me correct you. It's "Stop Smoking Rocks." I'm sorry. And then you have Snowman going, no, to the no, to the no, to the no, to the no. Listen.
And then
he goes, where's Dolomite when you need it? Are you for real?
And then he has some words for Paul George.
Dear Paul George, quote, now that's some bullshit. Close quote. He says, but if it's on the prohibited list, you violated it, period. Thank you. V-Lock, Victor Lock, V-Lock 83. I can't throw it to Playmaker like I do. Cool. Or otherwise known as Vicola.
It's called knowing your name. It's called knowing your lane.
Knowing your lane. That is priceless, sir. I love that. Knowing your lane.
I know my lane. That ain't for me.
Or the Ed McMahon of the Snowman in the morning show that comes on every Monday to Friday, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Eastern.
You just want to get that out. Because you heard me say the time earlier. You just want to get that
on the Snowman Multimedia YouTube channel. I love you guys. He says, good afternoon, Colin Playmaker. It is good to have you, Victor. It's also good to have you, Snowman. Love you, brothers.
Don't worry, you got one more person to greet, sir.
And then my ace, Mr. Stuck in My Mind podcast song, or Mr. Cognitive Cuisine co-host, or Wise Poppy Jane Wise Lefe co-host, or Wise Up host, Wise Lefe, or Will Otero, or the owner of the Real Wise Global Media and Real Wise Radio Network. He says, good afternoon, my brothers. Good afternoon to you too, man. I hope everything's good with you. It is good to see you, man.
Why was just getting started?
Oh, he says, only one team coming out the East. Oh, is that right?
And then him and his WNBA takes.
He goes, nobody cares.
And then he threw you a bone.
Oh, he threw me a bone, which is bring back Thomas. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, I appreciate that. I agree.
And you and your Carl Anthony Towns take.
He says those are just rumors. He said, stop spreading the rumors about the big. That's what you call him in New York, the big bodega. Oh, come on, man. The big bodega? Oh, Lord.
A quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will continue.
Oh, my gosh. The big bodega. Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kermit the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts.
And welcome back to Turning the Lights Out here on this lovely Monday, the 2nd of February.
That was a quick commercial break.
I said quick.
Goodness gracious, sir.
You missed that part when I said quick. Pretty much all the commercials are going to be quick today.
I was figuring it was going to be 2. I didn't think it was going to be 1, but hey, I'm happy.
And then Snowman has a rebuttal.
Oh, his rebuttal was, yeah, one team is coming out of the East, and it is not the Knicks. Why? Oh, Snowman says, bodega. 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 He also says salute to, of course, Victor and to Wise. And
now,
all of you. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Before you continue, Mr. Wise, I'm with you on the Knicks bandwagon, bro.
Oh,
I'm with you on it, 100% with you. You and I, we locked in together. The Knicks going all the way, baby. Going all the way.
he gonna cuss you. He gonna cuss you out when he sees you. He gonna cuss you out when he sees you.
I'm showing solidarity. I am showing solidarity.
That's just wrong. That's just wrong.
I was just showing solidarity. I'm like, there you go. It said world champs, Knicks.
Hey man, if you got some new commercial, you can send them my way.
That might have to be on my end. But yeah, I've been so busy creating.
Oh, I know. That's why I said that.
I know. But I've been so busy creating other stuff. I have done my job. Oh, I'm so happy now.
I knew it. I said, he gonna cuss you out. And you deserve every bit of it too. Just wrong. Just wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Just wrong, man. Just wrong.
I feel so good now. Oh, I needed that. Oh, I needed that last something else.
Send them to me, Snowman, and
Snowman says I got a few you can use. Talking about commercials. Oh my gosh, that was
send them to me, and I'll put them in there.
That was so therapeutic. That was so therapeutic.
But moving on, and so time to do something that's electrifying.
Yes. Oh, I see Magic Johnson. Oh, okay. Oh, we're gonna be running a fast break. Oh, cool.
That this guy has shown. Let me shut up. James off the steal.
Rebound by Adams, his sixth. Morant blows by Primo. Attack.
before we get into the fast break, because I know where this is going at
already. Oh my gosh.
Go have fun doing Stuck in My Mind, sir.
Oh man, I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy your new Gears watch. And I hope you have a good interview, brother. I love you, man. Oh my gosh. Oh, Snowman says the inbounds Ewing down to 3, down to 2. Ewing. Oh man, glory days.
Yep, that's something to me. Whenever you're done.
Just wait. I'll make a few new ones. Okay.
But let's get into the fast break from the weekend that was.
Oh my gosh.
Let's start with the men's NCAA ranks. Back on Friday, the third-ranked Michigan Wolverines beat arch rival 7th-ranked Spartans of Michigan State 83-71.
Well, it looks like it looks like Tom Izzo needs Drezilla.
Don't you start.
I mean, if you got this clown that wants to come back to college football, college basketball from the NBA, and I mean, hey, you can have Draymond Green do the same thing. He's not really being all that useful for the Warriors.
Why are you trying that man intelligence?
I'm not challenging his intelligence. I'm challenging his prowess.
Leave that man alone. That man is minding his business.
Well, I'm glad he's minding his business and not acting like a rocket. 1, 2, 3, kick. 1, 2, 3, kick. 1, 2, 3, kick. 1, 2, 3, kick. I'm glad he's not doing that.
Saturday, the final day of the first month of the year, and we kicked it off with an upset.
Oh my. Yes, I have an old colleague of mine who is a Central Florida alum, a real Central Florida alum.
And take a shot at me, huh? You didn't have to take a shot at me, huh?
Would I ever take a shot at you?
You always want to take a shot at me.
She was with a boyfriend and she was so happy. She went to the game and she was so happy to see Texas Tech be defeated. And shout out to you, Danny. I'm glad that you got a chance to really enjoy your Golden Knights beat up and beat down on Texas Tech 88-80.
Well, they ain't called the Golden Knights no more. They was just the Knights.
Are they just the Knights now? I'm so sorry.
No, it was like that when I went there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they just the Knights.
No, I'm sorry.
Knights, just Knights.
I'm sorry. The Central Florida Knights.
No, you didn't know. That's all correction.
Well, I mean, and you would. And you would. You went to the school, so that makes sense.
The 4th-ranked Blue Devils took down Virginia Tech 72-58. The 20th-ranked Louisville Cardinals defeated SMU 88-74. You get a round of applause from Coach Jones because you beat SMU.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, Cardinals. Beat them down.
Not the fact that you sound like a horse too when you did that, which is so ironic.
That's right. Beat them down.
The 14th-ranked Jayhawks. I guess they must have heard what you said and got their act together. Beat the 13th-ranked Cougars 90-82. Gonzaga, they beat their arch rival St. Mary's 73-65.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday, the 9th-ranked Fighting Illini of Illinois is over the 5th-ranked Huskies of Nebraska 78-69.
Big win for the Illini.
I was gonna do that as my spotlight game, but
that's a big win for the Illini.
But something happened. But a game was
in a position for a number 2 seed.
Yeah, but a game was televised on ABC yesterday, so I don't know if you got to watch it. Hopefully you did because it was right before your girls played.
Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to watch it. But go ahead. It
is a performance this show has been waiting for. particularly me. Well, Cole Johnson too. There you go.
It's about time. The defending national champion Florida Gators. They took Alabama, greeted them in Greensville, and put a foot in their behinds, 100-77. Now, this is how a defending national champion should play. Alex Condon, 25.7 rebounds, 6 assists. Thomas Haw, 22 points.
It's pronounced Hauk. The spelling throws you off. It's pronounced Hauk.
I'm sorry. Thomas Hauk, 22 points and 5 rebounds. Thank you, sir. Ruben Chinelu, he gave you 14 points and 17 boards. That's right. Crash them boards, son.
There's a stat in here that Cole Johnson would be very interested in because I know how Cole Johnson is when it comes to basketball. Of the 100 points that the Gators put up, Mr. Johnson, you would love this stat. 72 came in the paint.
That's right. Big boy action. Make the game simple. This game is not hard. Make it simple. I don't give a crap if you can rain threes all over the place. Make the game simple. And if you can rule in the paint, that's where the game is made simplest. Yes. Yes. And your team needs to play like this more often. Yes.
And there's another stat that I can throw at you that you're going to love. Guess how many turnovers they had?
If it's under 10, I'm happy.
2.
That's what I'm talking about. And they took care of the ball, too. There you go. You crash the boards, you score in the paint, you don't turn the ball over. That's a recipe for dubs.
You could pretty much say a perfect game by the reigning defending champions.
It just about was a perfect game. And to me, I really do believe this team is worthy of playing games like this. They are. They're worthy of playing games like this. Now, can they sustain it? That's a different story. But good win. Good solid win over a team that was considered one of the best last year and one of the toughest to play last year because they would run you ragged up, down, and outside of gyms.
And I got a special treat. Not only did I get Jimmy Dykes on the call, I had got Dick Bartel on the call too.
Dickie V? Oh, wow. Okay.
He was in the O-Dome.
Nice, man.
And always the great Carl Ravage. Love Carl Ravage.
Yeah, he's smooth.
So yeah, imagine I get to watch this performance on regular TV with Carl Ravage, Jimmy Dykes, and Dickie V calling the game.
Good.
Well, it was a great way to kick off my Sunday.
I bet it was. It'd be a great way for me to kick off a Sunday.
So that was the men's side. Let's head to the ladies' side. On the ladies' side on Friday, January 30th. Ole Miss took down 5th-ranked Vanderbilt 83-75. Vanderbilt's second loss of the season.
Well, it looks like the bloom is off the rose.
It's only their second loss. I'm not going to.
No, I'm not saying they're hot garbage. I'm just saying it looks like the bloom's off the rose. I mean, they took a stunning L against South Carolina. Now Ole Miss gave them an L. I mean, the bloom's off the rose. That's all I'm saying.
And yet again, on Saturday, we have an upset on the women's side.
The Lady Terrapins could not hold a candle to their not rival, but conference opponent, Oregon, 68-61. That's a shame.
And then yesterday, you thought the man has beat.
Goodness gracious. What did Kim Mulkey say to them girls? Goodness gracious. 103-63. That's what I'm talking about. Dog walk these dog walk them.
Yeah, so the men's took one on the chin, and the ladies definitely took one on the chin.
Dog walk them. Dog walk them. Yes.
And speaking of East Lansing,
Wow.
They are not doing good as well
Wow,
either.
so they took on the chin with the ladies too. Wow.
Michigan over Michigan State, 94-91 in overtime, and that game was in East Lansing.
So the men got beat down in Ann Arbor. The women got beat down in East Lansing. Wow, that's cold.
And I think both games was in East Lansing.
Oh, both of them. Oh, wow. Wow. So Michigan took out Michigan State, both the men and the women. Wow.
Yep.
Jeez, and both were in East Lansing. Ooh, man.
The 22nd Mountaineers of West Virginia took down 14 ranked Baylor Bears 70-60.
Well, Bears got to learn how to be a little bit more careful.
Texas Tech Lady Red Raiders took down the Horned Frogs of TCU ranked 12, 62-60.
Don't make it so close, Red Raiders. That's right. Take them Lady Horned Frogs down.
Mr. Johnson, I believe the next game is your personal favorite.
Yes. The number 4 ranked Texas Lady Longhorns, they dismantled the 10th ranked Oklahoma Lady Sooners 78-70 in their best win this season outside of the win at home against South Carolina.
And don't be fooled by the 8-point victory. He said the right word. Yeah. Oklahoma walked in there and they didn't know what hit them.
Yeah, just yeah. Look, the Lady Sooners, they're a really good team, but in my estimation, the Lady Longhorns, they are one of the 4 best teams in the women's basketball pantheon. It's them, it's South Carolina, it's UCLA, it's UConn, and to me, the other teams are measuring themselves against those 4, and I'm proud of the Lady Longhorns. They did what they're supposed to do. They took care of business. And look, Lady Sooners, you'll probably get another shot at them when you play them next, which I think they probably do play them again later in the season. But good win, though, because this will fortify them being a number 1 seed. Lock it down, Lady Longhorns. Do your thing. Do your thing. You've been playing good all year.
Speaking of beatdowns and locking up number 1 seeds and all that stuff, the number 2 seed UCLA Bruins welcomed the 8th ranked Iowa Hawkeyes
and beat them down 88-65. And the same thing I said about the Lady Longhorns, I say the same about the Lady Bruins. Like I said, they're one of the, and this game is proof why. A top 10 team and they spanked them by over 20. Top 10 team and they spanked them by 20. Well,
yeah, Snowman called that game. So,
oh, Snowman called that game. That means he probably put some people to sleep because he probably didn't get his voice probably didn't raise any higher than this, which I don't blame him because I know UCLA will probably put every team to sleep.
Beat them down, like just. And then we had another upset in the Big Ten.
Oh, the Lady Huskies took it on the chin to the Lady and the Illini. Oh, 75-66. Oh, wow. Good weekend for Illinois. All right. The men took down number 5 ranked Nebraska, and the women they take down and probably will knock out now from the top 25. No, 25th ranked Lady Huskies. Wow. Good weekend for the Illini.
Cole Johnson, I did a spotlight of the defending champs on the men's side, so I guess I'm doing the spotlight on the women's side.
Of course, you're gonna do the spotlight on the women, the defending women's champs, UConn.
Good Lord have mercy.
An old rival, but of course, this rivalry has been dead for at least a good decade and a half. They invited the Lady Volunteers to come into town in the Stores, Connecticut, and they went out 96-66 losers. AZ Fudd, who's going to be
before you continue, it was tied. It was tied at halftime.
So yes, it was tied at sorry. So it was tied at 42 at the half.
It was tied at halftime.
And then when we got in the third quarter, UConn got busy.
You saying what did Kel Monkey say to her team?
Oh, I know Gino cursed them out in the halftime. You so-and-sos ain't playing right. You know you better than Tennessee, and you playing like you ain't nothing. Come on now. You the defending champs. You taking this team's best shot and you looking like you about to be knocked down for the count. Now y'all some heifers for acting so you being affected by this. These are body blows you can shake off. Now go out there and show me what type of team you are, because that first half was not what the UConn Huskies do. That's not how the Lady Huskies roll. Show me how they roll. And UConn, the Lady Huskies only allowed 24 second-half points.
They outscored them 54-24 in the second half. Good gracious.
Azifa, 27 points, who I'm going to enjoy seeing when she gets drafted in the WNBA. 27 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and 4 steals. All around great effort. Sarah Strong chipped in with 26 points. She gave you 9 boards, and she gave you 4 dimes, too. Like I said about Texas, I said this about UCLA, and this also goes to South Carolina. I will say this about UConn. This is why I say they are one of the 4 teams that are the measuring stick for the rest of women's college basketball, because it's those 4 and it's everybody else.
How
God.
do you beat them? How do you beat them?
It's not even the fact they scored 54 points in the second half that impresses me. It's the fact they allowed a really good team to score 20. They scored one more point in the one more point in the second half than they allowed in the second quarter. They allowed 23 in the second quarter. They only allowed 24 in the second half.
Like, how do you beat them? How do you beat them?
When the Lady Huskies are focused, and look, and I love Texas, I love UCLA, I love South Carolina. I'm sorry, when the Huskies play like this, when they play focused like this, they ain't no team that can beat them. You're gonna need to have a WNBA All-Star team to beat them. That is how good and that's how cold they are. That's that. Outscored a dog of a team 54-24. This ain't Little Mary School of the Poor. I mean, the Lady Volunteers, they pack a punch. They sent them back to Rocky Top with this 54-24 second half thumping. Yeah, Lady Huskies, yeah, they mean business, man.
No, Snowman, yep. Snowman, he got you covered when it comes to women's basketball.
Yes. Snowman Multimedia, yes, is what Snowman says. And SMS Radio is your home for all things women's basketball, play by play. And he's good quality public play guy. He says, "Oh, clean up in the UConn locker room. Clean up in the UConn locker room."
Just beat them down. So yeah,
severe.
The defending champs on both the men and the women's decided to put on a show.
Yeah,
Sundays.
Both champs, both defending champs showed out, and showed you that they are willing to fight for their crown. And I'm proud of both the champs, because that's what you need to have. You need to have them be proud of defending, and they did. Now, I already know the answer for UConn, the UConn ladies. The question I have that should be answered for the Florida gentlemen is, can you duplicate that effort? Because with the Lady Huskies, I already know the answer is yes.
Well,
the question is with them, how bad is the butt whipping going to be?
I hope Florida can, because they play like that.
They're going to be hard to beat too.
They can make it run to the Final Four.
That's what I'm saying. If they play like that, they're going to be hard to beat too.
The number 1 rebounding team in the country, Florida Gators. The number 1 scoring team in the paint, Florida Gators.
See right there. You speaking my language. You clean the glass better than any team in college basketball. You want to make sure it goes. You want to make sure that it goes through the hoop and you actually score the paint. That's two to me. There's two bits of the recipe that basically says to me, you can make that run and go back into the Final Four. You can if the defense is also focused too, because I think that's where Florida is faltering. It comes and it goes defensively for them.
Yep. Now to the NBA, to the professional ranks where it go for the weekend recap. And Friday, Magic over the Raptors, 130 to 120. Lakers over the Wizards, 142 to 111. I don't know why they did that, but that's what they did. Celtics over the Kings, 112 to 93. Knicks over the Trailblazers, 127 to 97. Pelicans over the Grizzlies, 104, 114 to 106. Nuggets over the Clippers, 122 to 109. And Jokic came back for that game.
Good. Glad to see Jokic returning, because that when he tweaked his knee, I was like, man, I hope that is not going to be for the rest of the year.
Nets over the Jazz, 109 to 99, and Pistons over the Warriors, 131 to 124. Spotlight highlight for Friday, and I'm giving it to Cole Johnson, and I'll be right back.
That would be the Cleveland Cavaliers going into the desert, playing the Phoenix Suns. After hanging in the first half, they decided to go back to Cleveland after halftime. 126-113, they take that L in the desert. This team defensively, with all the players that they got, just simply aren't invested to play. They allow 45 third quarter points. 45 against a garbage team. I'm sorry. Dylan Plooks. He was the shining star of this game, 27 points. But 45 points. You should not be an NBA team if you allow 45 points in a quarter. You should not allow 45 points in a quarter. You barely should allow 35. 45 third quarter points. And I know this is why Playmaker gave it to me, because he saw that number. He's like, oh, yeah, he's going to jump on the Cavs for this porous defense that they're showing. You want to know why people don't believe in you in being an Eastern Conference favorite? Just look at the third quarter of that game.
I actually gave it because I know how you feel about Dylan Brooks. And the fact that he was the leading scorer.
A guy who basically is known to be a defensive guy, and he has a reputation of being a little bit of a cheap shot artist. Yeah, and he leads all, and he led the scorers for the Suns with 27. Cavaliers,
and the fact that it was the Cavaliers he did it against too. So
Cavaliers, we can't take you serious. 45 points. You allow 45 points against a garbage team? 45 in a quarter.
That's Friday. Let's go to Saturday.
40. NBA teams allowing 45 points in a quarter. Never mind.
Bulls over the Heat, 125-118. Pacers over the Hawks, 129-124. 76ers over the Pelicans, 124-114. Timberwolves.
Third quarter points. How could you allow? I'm sorry.
Timberwolves over the Grizzlies, 131-114. In a game that I got to watch, and I'm pretty sure Cole watched too. Rockies over the Mavericks. This game was in Houston, 111-107.
I will talk a little bit more about that game a little later. But I will say this stuff. Shout out to you, Kevin Durant. You made a cold pass in between. I forgot who it was. It was between the legs of a mass defender, right into the waiting hands of Amen Thompson. I'm glad that you all woke up, because the Mavs have handled you all, I think, a couple times this season. It's time you woke up and you gave the Mavs a dose of their own medicine. I'm glad that you finally woke up to beat this team, because you are better than this squad.
And then the game from Saturday to Spotlight. I don't have any answers for you, Cole. I really don't. But I have no idea what has happened to this team.
Oh my God! So All right. So the Spurs, they traveled down to Charlotte, and obviously they got snowed under, just like the city of Charlotte did, as the Hornets beat the Spurs 111-106. Brandon Miller gave you 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. Colin Sexton chipped in with 21. The Spurs
I have no idea what's gotten to Charlotte. They have won 6 straight games.
Yeah, Charlotte's coming on. But I gotta direct this to the Spurs. You all have risen up to being the number 2 seed in the West, and people are all eyes on you because you have beaten the defending champs thrice. Twice you have routed them. One of those 2 routes was on Christmas, which means if you played on Christmas, it was national television. And probably the largest audience that they'll have, unless it's the conference finals and the finals. So you have success against them, but you can't beat the Hornets. Not saying the Hornets are horrible, but the Hornets are not the Thunder.
I don't know. Something click with the Hornets. They've been winning.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not throwing shade on the Hornets, but the Hornets actually seem to be getting their stuff together. It's just they're not the Thunder, and the Thunder have been rocking teams right and left until they ran into you guys. And spoiler alert, you might have to say they're winning 7. They're winning 7 in a row because they're about to put Ozipik Zion out in the game they're playing as we're speaking.
Oh, that game's going on right now. Oh Lord, that means I got to go look at the update. Why you had to bring that up, Cole?
I'm sorry. I thought I was being helpful.
As a good friend of ours would say, live research, people.
But and I'm not, and like I said, I'm not trying to clown the Spurs. It's just you put forth a great effort against the Thunder. And yes, I know the Hornets are fighting. They're just below the play-in round bar. I get that. But this is a team that the Spurs should handle. And they got handled.
The Hornets
That's
are
what bothers me.
The Hornets are leading 96-89 with 3:23 left to go.
Yeah. So they actually might be going to a 7-game winning streak.
This means Charles Barkley finally got a guarantee right.
He guaranteed that the Pelicans would lose.
Mm-hmm.
Not he guaranteed they would lose.
That was Saturday's action. Let's go to Sunday.
Charles is cold.
February 1st. Heat over the Bulls 134-91. Spurs over the Magic 112-103. That was a nice fun trip to San Antonio.
Yeah.
Celtics over the Bucks 107-79. Pistons over the Nets.
Oh, I'm going to mention that game.
130-77.
Somebody got they whooped.
Raptors over the Jazz 107-100. Wizards over the Kings 116-112. Knicks over the Lakers. And that game was on NBC. They had Cole. I don't know if you noticed, but now it's basketball night in America now.
Well, we
get one more.
One of them.
We get one more football night in America.
The biggest football night in America. Yeah, we're gonna get the biggest football night in America.
But now it's basketball in America.
Yeah, basketball night in America. Yeah, and after Sunday, it'll be that way probably all the way until June. So yeah.
So the first game of that. The first game of that doublehead was the Knicks beating the Lakers 112-100. Clippers over the Suns 117-93. Cavaliers over the Trailblazers 130-111. And unfortunately, the second game of that doubleheader did not go in a particularly friend's way.
Poor Cool, who For those of you who don't know, our brother Cool McCain is probably one of the biggest Nuggets fans that you'll find. But the number 3 seed in the West, Nuggets, they tamed divisional foe Thunder, the number 1 ranked team in the whole world. And unfortunately, the Nuggets just didn't have it for the Thunder. 121-111. SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Of course, he did his thing as he always does. 34 points, 5 rebounds, and 13 assists. Cason Wallace chipped in with 27 points and 6 rebounds. This is the problem for a team that plays against the Thunder. You don't know who's going to be the number 2 guy that's going to score after SGA. It could be anybody of the 10 or 11 in the rotation that they have. They come at you with bodies. They come at you big, and they keep coming at you, period. And it's just like, and you just don't know how they're going to attack you.
Cason Wallace, 7 for 11 from behind the arc.
I mean, you just don't know. I mean, it could be him. It could be Chet Holmgren. It's like it literally is a pick your poison type of thing in terms of who is going to show up to help in the weight of the scoring load along with SGA. It could be Hardenstein. I mean, anybody. But on this night, it was one Mr. Wallace.
That's the victory the Thunder needed because they had lost 3 of their last 4 before last night.
Yeah, the Thunder is starting to come back down to earth, so to speak. But yeah,
because Wednesday or was it Thursday, the Timberwolves put a foot in they behind.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wow, Minnesota's clapping y'all. Okay, this is getting interesting now.
Paul. Sorry, I had to say that. But yeah, the Nuggets are in a good spot, but I think unfortunately,
I'll tell you, you're guys can get back to playing meaningful minutes. It's gonna take some time.
I think unfortunately for them, the problem they're gonna have is I don't think they have enough depth to really battle the Thunder 7 games. They'll put forth an entertaining series, but I don't know if they have enough for them. You know, and but it's unfortunate because my favorite player in the game is Nikola Jokic, and yeah, there really isn't an answer for the Thunder, except not saying that I'm praying for it. The only thing you probably could wish for is the fact that they actually end up having a rash of injuries. Outside of that, how can you beat this team?
Spurs done it 3 times. Minnesota has done it.
The issue I have with those is, okay, can you do it 4 times in 7 games?
That's the question.
Snowman Multimedia, he says next Sunday on SMS Radio, he has the number 2 Lady Bruins. They'll travel to Ann Arbor and Chrysler Arena as they take on number 9 ranked Michigan Lady Wolverines from Chrysler Arena. Snowman has to call. The tip-off is at 3 p.m. with the pregame time at 2:30. So
you're gonna do this leading up to the Super Bowl, okay?
Yes, and then the Super Bowl the kickoff from that, of course, will be the Patriots and the Seahawks. That will be at 6:30 p.m. Snowman went on to say the Cadavers lost. Why? Because it's Cleveland. And because, yes, LeBron, it is you. It has always been you. It always will be you forever and ever. Amen. And for those who don't know, Snowman always references the cadavers being the Cavaliers.
That this guy has shown. Let me shut up. James off the steal. James with the stop.
Rebound by Adams, his sixth. Morant goes by Primo. Attack.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
And welcome back to Turn the Lights Out here on this Monday. And what can I say? What can I say? Because,
What can I say?
Yeah, this past weekend was ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been. It has been.
I mean, the beatdowns that I have watched yesterday alone. Of course, you know I watch my Gators handle business.
Yeah, I know, with a bright, wide smile on your face.
Heck yeah. Turn around, watch your Lady Longhorns just play around with Oklahoma. And Oklahoma had no answers whatsoever.
That's the only issue I have. I'm like, no, don't play around with them. Beat them down, because they could come back and put you in the dirt. But I'm glad they came away with a dub.
And then I was like, oh, they got UCLA and Iowa on Fox.
And you saw another beat down.
What earned that? Well, I guess what
You saw another beat down of a top 10 team.
Well, it was like, we got darn. Is there anything that I can enjoy around here? Outside of my Florida kids actually showing up for once.
I was about to say, you didn't enjoy the beat downs that you saw?
They just took Iowa and it's like, oh, thank y'all for coming to California. Hope you enjoy the city.
Yeah, go back to the farmlands where it's snowing, and take this L with you.
But now we have a heat check. This heat check should not come to no surprise because they're the number 1 team in the country. They are legit the number 1 team in the country. So this heat check is no surprise when he goes to Arizona, the number 1 team in the country on the men's side. 22-0. Record start in school history, 9-0 in the Big 12. And Cole Johnson, you see the key wins that they have.
Wow, they climbed the SEC. Goodness gracious. My goodness. Then beat down UConn. And now took it to UCLA too. Man. Yeah. It's interesting to see how Arizona has come come back to the forefront. I didn't see this coming. I really wish I would say, yeah, I anticipated this from them. No, I didn't. And it's been a pleasant surprise. It's probably one of the most pleasant of surprises in college basketball for me this year, is seeing the Wildcats be returned back to Lou Holtz greatness.
That's not a conference.
Yeah, boy.
Side over to the conference. They survived the trip down to Central Florida against the Knights.
Mm-hmm.
They took down West Virginia, and they went to Provo, Utah, and came out of there.
And they came out of there without having a wife. Beautiful job, guys. Beautiful job.
You just had to bring up the wife part, didn't you? You just had to bring up the
Yes,
wife part,
I
didn't
did. Yes, I did. And I'm proud I did.
you? So, but you want to when you see a heat chat, okay, Playmaker, Mr. Johnson, who are the people we need to look at when it comes to this team? Well, here you go, Coach Johnson.
Now, what stands out to me is the two, in terms of scoring. I'm not going to say in terms of overall. In terms of scoring, their two best players are freshmen. And that's standing out. And then, of course, what's also standing out is they're not just strictly doing it from the perimeter. And I love that. I love that they're doing it from strictly from perimeter. It's a team game. The perimeter is winning out, and the post is winning out too. And all 5 of these are in double figures in scoring, and the emphasis to me seems to be balanced scoring and get after them boards. I like that. I like that a lot.
Everybody shooting at least 50% from the field, 35% from 3-point range.
Yeah.
The balance scoring is unreal.
Mm-hmm. And to me, I think that is going to be their biggest advantage over every team that they play. Which one of these 5 is going to be the guy down the stretch that's going to beat us? Because it could be any of them, or worse, it could be any 2 or 3 of them.
This is the Arizona Wildcats in 2026. But
they're going to be tough out. They're going to be a tough out in the March Madness.
But this is where it gets fun.
Oh yeah.
2 matchups with Kansas, a matchup with Texas Tech, another matchup with BYU at Houston on the 21st. That's gonna be a fun one to watch at 3 p.m. I already marked my calendar to watch that game. Arizona and Houston, February 21st, 3 p.m. ABC.
And they host Iowa State 4 weeks from now. That's going to be 4 weeks from tonight. That's going to be interesting too.
So we ain't done yet, but Arizona's been on a roll. But they got some games coming.
Man, but yeah, 4 straight top 20 ranked teams in a row. Yeah. We're going to know if this team is for real. Definitely after that game in Houston. We're gonna know.
I ain't gonna say for real. I'm gonna say we're gonna find out if they are the number 1 overall team in the country.
That's what I mean by for real. We're gonna know if they're for real. If they go 2-2 in that stretch, you're like, okay, they're a strong contender. They go 3-1, it's like, all right, they might be the team to beat. They sweep them, they for real. And you're gonna have to come up with like they say, the Sunday's best. You got to come with your best effort. It's got to be like Villanova playing Georgetown in 1985's national championship game, where Georgetown just was more talented than Villanova, but Villanova played the best game of their lives to beat them. It's going to have to take that type of effort to beat Arizona if they sweep Kansas, Texas Tech, BYU, and Houston all in a row.
So Coach John's telling you from the 9th to the 21st, that's your stretch of watching Arizona basketball.
Mm-hmm. And if, like I said, if they go 4-0, they're for real. They go 2-2, they're a contender. They go 3-1, they're going to be the team to beat. But the number one ranked team, because they probably would go to be number one ranked team, you can lay a glove on them. It's basically like Rocky IV. You know, Drago was impenetrable, and all of a sudden Rocky got that one blow and cut him. That's basically what that would be. That one loss would be like, oh, you cut him. He's a man. He's not a machine. He's a man.
So the Arizona Wildcats, they own one. Can anybody stop them?
Don't. Don't do like the Vanderbilt women.
Commercial break, quick one. When we come back, we debut a new segment.
Cool McCain.
You thought you wanted Gunther against Chad Gable, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Chad Gable would take everything that Gunther's done and bury it.
The Playmaker.
It was on site. AJ Styles walked out there seeing LA like, oh, okay, then LA Knight hopped out the car, let's go.
Break down everything in TNA, AEW, and all of the WWE programming. Join these two kings, monarchs of wrestling, live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central on the Playmakerz Sports Talk YouTube channel.
Welcome back to Shooting Lights Out with Playmaker. I am Cole Johnson.
Yep, 6:30 tonight. Monarchs are wrestling. Recapping the Warrior Rumble. A lot of things took place Saturday night.
I would ask, but I'm not going to right now.
Don't ask.
That's why I'm not.
Tune in to Monarchs are Wrestling 6:30. Now, my co-host, he's seen some of the work of this new segment that we're going to debut that he loves the idea of.
Mm-hmm.
So are you ready?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, for Cole Johnson and the Playmaker, we present to you the new segment called Contender or Pretender.
Hey! That make a dance. I'm sorry.
So that's a seal of approval in Cole Johnson's way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that's why I ain't show you that on purpose. I saved that one.
I know you saved it. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, how is he going to introduce it? That's why I didn't ask.
Now you saw how I introduced it.
Mm-hmm.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to evaluate. We got what? Today, including today, 6 weeks before Selection Sunday, which is March 15th, if I remember correctly.
That would be correct.
So we're gonna have teams, one from the men's side, one from the ladies' side. We're going to evaluate them. We're going to see what they have done, what they look like, not only on the paper but with the eye test. And we're going to determine, do we see them as contenders, pretenders, or maybe they are on the line. We can't figure it out just yet.
On the fringe? Oh.
Yeah. On the line. So first order of business, this one is called Knocking on the Door.
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door wall.
Knocking on the door. We're going to start with the Iowa State men first, and then we'll switch over to the Iowa Hawkeye women's. To the Iowa State men, and yes, it's ironic that we both doing teams in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Contender or pretender? Well, the Iowa Hawkeyes from the Big 12 Conference, 20-2 overall, 72 in the Big 12. They have a net ranking of 4th in the country. Those who don't know, they do strength of schedule and strength of record and all that stuff. That's the net ranking of where they should be at. 4th in the country. Mr. Johnson, this is what their team statistics look like. They're ranked 7 in the country, 3rd in the Big 12. They score 86.5 points per game. They give up 64.8 points per game. Difference of 21.7. That ranks 3rd in the country. Defensive rating, 94.8. Offensive rating, 126.6.
They have the I like they have the ability to score. I love the fact they also invest time on defense too. So that helps them out to me. The fact that they are willing to put in the work and make life difficult for a team defensively.
Now, some of the things: key wins, key losses, and key wins. They beat 14th ranked St. John's at the time, 83-82. They was the team that gave Purdue their first loss at West Lafayette.
Purdue should be ashamed of themselves. Why you let a team walk into your building and punk you and beat you down like that?
Remember, we spotlighted that game too.
Yes. They still should be. They still should feel shame.
There are 2 losses, both on the road at Kansas, 84-63, and at Cincinnati, 79-70. Same week. We talked about that as well.
Even though it sucked that happened the same week for Iowa State, I really can't fault them for having those two L's against those 2 teams. Those are 2 tough places to play. Lawrence and Cincy, those are really tough. Those are really tough places to play.
But however, they get an upcoming rematch with those Jayhawks at home, Valentine's Day, 1 p.m. ABC.
And then they have another tough home game to follow. Wow.
And when number 8 Houston comes walking into town, 9 p.m. in ESPN.
Ames, Iowa going to be hopping in about 2 weeks. Wow. Okay.
And then they are 13-2 and called 1-2. 4-2 on the road, as you know. 4-0 in neutral site game.
That's impressive.
Their net ranking is 31.8, and their pace of play is 68.3, meaning they take their time. They run their offense.
That serves them well. That will serve them well in March Madness.
They are projected as a 2 seed on ESPN, a 1 seed according to CBS Sports.
That one's a little stiff.
Yep, but also we're talking about they are 11th in assists per game at 18.5. They are 8th in shooting, 51.3% shooting from the field. 2nd in 3-point percentage at 41.2. My concern with this team, though, is the loss at Kansas and the loss at Cincinnati. If you put both games together, they led for 13% of both games combined.
Yeah. And I get why that would be troublesome for you.
That's just one of them.
Well, I get why that would be troublesome for you from the standpoint of you can't be a big dog, and if you get down, you stay down. Normally if you get down, you got to show fight, and you got to show the ability to come back and overcome. That could be tough if the opponent is strong, and that's why I said that the CVS ranking of the number 1 seed that they're projecting is a little stiff because of what you just said there. I can see him being number 2 seed. I can't see him being number 1 seed.
But here's my major problem when we talking contender or pretender, right? And those of you want to know, when we say contender, we're talking Elite 8 bound. Are you one of the Elite 8 teams standing when we say contender? Pretender, meaning
Sweet
great
16
season,
and lower. Mm-hmm.
16 lower is a very good season, surprising season to some, but yeah, we don't, and we can't see it. We just can't see it. My concern with this Iowa State team, their free throw shooting.
That will mess you up.
68.6% from the charity stripe.
Okay, so basically this is going to be called Hacker Iowa State. Yeah, that's gonna suck for them.
That is 306 in the country.
Yeah, so we already know how teams are going to be down the stretch with them. They if it's close and tight, hack Iowa State, hack all up,
and
send any of them jokers to the free throw line.
And the stat that you want to look at, rebounding, they are 120th in rebounding.
That's problematic.
36.9.
That's problematic. You can't be a team. You can't be a team this high and don't own the boards, because that means you can have a Princeton just come in, mess you up, just do you dirty on the boards, and you leaving that game wondering what hit us. Why didn't we play up to our standards? Why did we lose this game? Well, you lost it on the boards because you just simply didn't have that effort to clean the glass.
So, with all that being said, though, I'm looking at this team, seeing how they play. I do have them being a contender.
And I get why you have them as a contender. Their style of play, I think, will actually work in their favor. The fact that they work for their shot, and they seem to be efficient in working for their shot, that helps them out. And that will continue to help them out. That will bolster their ability to be an Elite 8 or higher team.
So Iowa State, you're a contender. Now, to the lady side, the Iowa Hawkeyes, contender or pretender? Now, we did talk about them getting destroyed by the UCLA Bruins, but who hasn't in the Big Ten Conference thus far?
Yeah, I was about to say, which team has not gotten it handed to them by the Lady Bruins?
So 18-4 overall, 9-2 in the Big Ten. Should be Big Ten, not Big 12. They have a net ranking of 12th in the country. They are currently ranked 10th in the country in the AP polls, 4th in the Big Ten. They scored just about 80 points per game. They gave up 65 a game, 14.7 point differential. It's just not bad. Defensive rating is 89. Offensive rating is 109.2, which is a difference of 21.2. Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad whatsoever. Key wins. They beat Baylor, who was ranked 7 at the time, 57-52. They took down 12th-ranked Ohio State at the time, 91-70. Key losses. You lost to your arch rival at Iowa State, 74-69. And you was one of the teams that took it on the chin to the reigning defending national champions.
Yeah.
So you took it on the chin, not only to the champs, but to the second best team in the country.
Yeah, that's not going to do well. That's not going to bode well for them.
Now you do have a key game coming up on the 11th when 24th ranked Washington comes to Iowa City. And then you have a date with the 8th ranked Wolverines on the 22nd
Later in
of
the month.
February. So you still have some games to do some things. 5-2 in card 1 and card 2 games. 5-2 on the road. 2-1 on neutral site. Net ranking of 20.2. Projected a 3 seed on ESPN and a 2 seed on CBS Sports. Y'all look good. Y'all building a sustainable program. But when we talking Elite 8 bound, I got y'all on the line. I don't know yet.
On the land, huh? I'll say this about the Iowa ladies. The fact that now you're doing this a few years removed from Caitlin Clark is proof that this program could actually be a program. Now the question is, can you build it to the point what is like a UConn or South Carolina where you're like, okay, we're going to be not rebuilding but reloading. That's the next step. But the two big time losses were real big time losses for them. And I think that is probably what's going to eventually hurt them. I personally don't see them going Elite 8. I see them probably going as far as the Sweet 16, and then the right opponent will knock them out.
I have them on the line. I'm not there yet. It could change depending on what happens. But the Iowa State men, I got them as contenders. Coach Johnson agrees. We're split on the ladies. So the Iowa Hawkeyes, I got them on the line. He says they are pretenders.
Yeah. But I'm not going to say that they are going to stay there. I just those two L's that you showed, the two big L's that you showed me, that really stung for me because I'm like, oof. Yeah. I don't know if they're big girl ready yet.
So the first edition of Contender or Pretender. Knocking on the door is the Iowa State Cyclone men and the Iowa Hawkeye ladies. All right, we debut our new segment.
Good. I like it.
You like it?
Mm-hmm. I likes it. I likes what I saw.
As we get to dive in and evaluate teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know this is going to come in real handy as we get closer and closer to Selection Sunday.
And no, don't worry. We're doing it with the NBA too.
I figured we are.
Oh, we're going to do it with the NBA too. NBA might get even more interesting.
No, I figure we are, but I know with the NCAA is going to get really interesting in doing it with them, considering that this is how the committee ranks and rates these teams and tries to see if they are, can they measure up or do they not measure up?
Yeah, but I can see the Iowa State men being contenders up there with the Arizonas, the Duke, the Gonzagas, the Michigans of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa State ladies is a different animal than when it comes to those surefire teams. Because what was the 4 teams that you said?
UConn, South Carolina, Texas, UCLA. It's to be those 4, and every other team is measuring themselves.
And I'm throwing one more team in there. I'm throwing LSU in there too.
LSU, yeah, they had the ability to actually be there and probably give one of those 4 teams a tough out in the Elite Eight. I can see that.
So for the ladies, the standards is different, and it's much higher.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because that's isn't because that's what we want. It's just those 5 teams, they're just on a different level.
They are,
and it's not close.
Mm-mm. They are. It's them and everybody else.
I mean, we just watched LSU beat Alabama by 40.
That's ridiculous.
UConn took Tennessee to the woodshed in the second half. We already know about what UCLA did to Iowa. This is like what? And then Vanderbilt, they first up was in South Carolina, and it wasn't even a contest.
Mm-mm.
South Carolina looked at Vanderbilt. Oh, y'all in the field, huh? You like the feeling being on the field? Good. I'm happy that you do. Here's a wake up call for you.
Mm-hmm. Huge wake up call.
Them 5 teams is just different.
Mm-hmm.
But find a commercial break in, and when we come back, it's your favorite segment of the week.
Good Lord.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
This goes to best woman player in the world. You're talking about the word integrity? Because they don't have any. You ain't got no balls, do you? WNBA owners, you ain't got no balls, do you? Really? Really? So we should just tip our cups, throw through ice cubes in a small glass, and just tip the brown liquor. You talk about compromising? Because they'll be compromised doing it. It's on. It's the utter blasphemy. I'm sorry, my bad. Professionalism. Before I begin, LeBron, I don't give a crap if you're a reservist in the All-Star game. Retire now. Go. Leave the sport. Don't even do like with Jordan. Don't even be an analyst. Just leave the sport. Tend to Zuri and Savannah. Retire. Now, back to my regular schedule programming. Now, Terry Rozier. Now, he's in the news because he actually won. Oh my gosh. He won, how can I put this? Favor with the NBA with a salary dispute. So, I'm sorry. The throat. An arbitrator today ruled in favor of Rozier in a salary dispute with the NBA that arose after he was federally indicted in a gambling investigation. Now, Rozier's salary, which has been held in escrow since December, will be released after the arbitrator found that under the terms of the collective bargaining agreement, players cannot be put on unpaid leave other than in cases of domestic abuse or child abuse. And that is what sources familiar with the ruling. Jim Trusty, Rozier's attorney, he said, quote, Terry won today under principles of contract law and a collective bargaining agreement between the league and the players. But the bigger principle is the issue at hand is the presumption of innocence. Today's arbitration ruling reminds the NBA that they can ignore that important concept just because it's a high-profile case. Close quote. Now, Mr. Trusty, I'm so glad you said presumption of innocence. He don't have it in throwing games. Whack sucker. Messing stuff up. That's what you get. But yes, enjoy your money, player. Enjoy your money. Oh, you might not enjoy money because you might be put behind bars because your dumb behind loves gambling. Sucker. Now, on to more important matters. Now, where should I go first? You know, I think I will congratulate the Detroit Pistons. I think that's where I'll go first. Jalen Duren had 21 points, 10 rebounds after being added to the All-Star game Sunday night as an Eastern Conference reserve as the Pistons in Detroit routed the Brooklyn Nets 130-77. Oh my gosh, this is some beautiful stuff. The 53-point margin topped the mark of 52. That would be 118-66. A victory against the Celtics back on January the 31st in 2003. The Nets had a 54-point loss on January 21st against the Knicks. Jamie Bickerstaff, the head coach of the Pistons, had this to say, quote, "You know, there were games earlier, even this season, where we got a big lead. And then, you know, we let our foot off the gas a little bit and fumbled the lead and had to figure out a way to win in the fourth. So, you know, we talk about it all the time. We never expect to start the season as good as we expect to finish it. And for us, it's always about taking those important steps of continuing to improve. And if you find different ways in different areas where you need to improve, that is where I think our guys have continued to do that." Close quote. Well, congratulations to you, Pistons. Hopefully you will be doing your thing come April and May and June. You are the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference as we speak, and by a few games at that. So we shall see if it continues. And speaking of all-stars, we have a new all-star on the come-up. That's one Mr. Jamal Murray. Yes, Mr. Jamal Murray. His teammate Nikola Jokic will finally see a familiar face when we go to All-Star Weekend. That's because his teammate earned his first All-Star berth in his 9th season. He and Jokic, who was named the starter last week, are the first pair of Nuggets teammates selected to an NBA All-Star game since Carmelo Anthony and Chauncey Billups did it 16 years prior. Jokic said of his teammate, quote, "It feels really good. He's been playing at a really high level the last 2 years. It's good for him to be there because he's supposed to be there." Close quote. Now, what does someone like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has to say, a fellow Canadian? Quote, "For Canada basketball, it's just cool. Like growing up, it was never in a million years." Close quote. So the native of Kitchener, Ontario, he now has made it to the NBA All-Star game. Congratulations, Jamal. I'm glad you've made it. Now, as you all know, I love Dallas. I think Dallas is one of the most beautiful cities in the entire world. And in the love of Dallas, I love everything about Dallas. Except the Rangers, the Cowboys, the Stars, let me see, the Wings, the Horned Frogs, the Mustangs, and then the Mavericks. The only thing that is good about the Mavericks is Kyle Thompson is dating Megan Thee Stallion. That's the only good thing about the Mavericks. But then,
Hey man, put some respect on Cooper Flag name.
I'm glad you said that. And then we get to what is making me smile about Dallas. And that is the head coach of the Mavericks, former player and champion for the Mavericks, Jason Kidd. Now, there was a post-game press conference that happened after they took it on the chin for the fourth straight time, and he went ballistic at not apoplectic. He went ballistic on the on the reporters that were interviewing them post-game. And so this was, of course, in that game we talked about in Houston against the Rockets, where the Mavericks took it on the chin 111-107. They asked about the referees, and he was saying that the referees were horrible and they were terrible. But Mr. Kidd was frustrated about the questions of putting Cooper Flag as the point guard, where Mr. Kidd said, quote, "I don't give up what you write. I don't give up what you write because you all don't know basketball." Close quote. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Seeing the Mavericks circle the drain. Oh yes. I'll put all the respect on Cooper Flag's name, but everybody else is crapping all over him and all around him, except for Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. It almost is bringing a tear to my eye. Mark Cuban can't save your dumb behinds. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you need a tissue, Mr. Kidd? I'm so sorry that the press decided to push you on your strategy. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. So to review, Terry Rozier, he's stupid. Although he's won an arbitrary case for salary, he's still stupid. Congratulations to the Pistons for getting busy and just destroying the Nets. Congratulations to Jamal Murray for being an all-star for the first time in his career. And congratulations to all of us, because we got a chance to see an NBA head coach lose it. It was so beautiful because it happened to a Dallas franchise. And that's why I love Dallas. This goes to best woman player in the world. You talking about the word integrity? Because they don't have any. You ain't got no balls, do you? WNBA owners, you ain't got no balls, do you? Really? Really? So we should just tip our cups, throw through ice cubes in a small glass, and just tip the brown liquor. You talk about compromising? Because they'll be compromised doing it. It's on. It's the utter blasphemy. I'm sorry, my bad. Professionalism.
And to the games to watch for the week to come as we get ready to close it out here. Tonight, on the men's college side, Syracuse is visiting Chapel Hill to take on the 14th-ranked Tar Heels, 7 p.m. ESPN. Also, 9 p.m. ESPN out there, Orange Men and Tar Heels. You get the 11th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. They are in Lubbock, Texas to take on the 13th-ranked Red Raiders of Texas Tech. Might be a game for you to watch there, Cole Johnson, when it comes to your Houston Cougars.
Definitely.
Speaking of you, Houston Cougars, you want to kick off Wednesdays?
Yeah. So they will be hosting upset-minded UCF or Central Florida. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. Eastern on FS1. That's Eastern. It will be 6 p.m. Central or Houston time. Hopefully, Houston will not take for granted what Texas Tech did when they visited Orlando and got it handed to them. But yes, UCF will be traveling to Houston to face off against number 8 ranked Cougars. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. Eastern. FS1 has the coverage. And Alabama beat down Texas A&M like they stole something. And BYU, oh no, I can't do that. I'm looking at the Gundies. No, stop there. Texas A&M beat Alabama down. I'm sorry. 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. in Tuscaloosa, SEC Network, where they will have that tip-off there. Alabama, I want you to act as though that the 23-point butt whooping you took in Gainesville was personal. Take it personal, and they take it out on these doggone Yankees.
You know the funny part is about that? Guess who's leading the SEC?
What, the Aggies?
Texas A&M Aggies.
Beat them clowns down.
I couldn't believe it until they talked about it on the call when I was watching Florida and Alabama. Like, out of all the goddamn teams to lead the goddamn conference, it had to be Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
What has happened to the Southeastern Conference in 2026?
And it was so prominent last year.
And don't get me wrong, Texas A&M ain't no slug. They 17-4 overall. They only lost one game in conference play. So what else going down there in College Station? Coach Johnson needed to stop.
100.
Continue.
It needs to stop. It needs to stop. Well, you have the one player for 20 wives. BYU, they will travel to Stillwater to play against the Mullets. Oklahoma State, I'm sorry. 9 p.m. Eastern is the tip. 8 p.m. and Stillwater. FS1 will carry the festivities from there. And on the ACC network at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. out on the West Coast, it will be the Cardinal. Not to be confused with the Cardinals. The Cardinal, Stanford. They will be hosting number 20 ranked Clemson. Again, tip-off is at 10 p.m. Eastern on ACC Network, 7 p.m. if you're out in Palo Alto.
To the ladies' side we go. Tonight, the 25th ranked Lady Tar Heels of North Carolina. They are in Raleigh, North Carolina, to take on the in-state rivalry, the Wolfpack of NC State, 6 p.m., which has already tipped off ESPN2. Wednesday, the Maryland Terrapins ranked 22nd. They go to East Lansing to take on the 12th ranked Spartans of Michigan State, 6:30 on the Big Ten Plus. Nebraska Cornhuskers, they want to do something they probably haven't done in a very long time. Upset the 8th ranked Lady Wolverines, 7 p.m. on the Big Ten Plus. And then the 20th ranked West Virginia Lady Mountaineers, they take on Colorado Buffaloes, 9 p.m. ESPN Plus. Thursday, what a lineup for Thursday. Clemson travels to Chapel Hill to take on the 25th ranked Tar Heels, 6 p.m. ACC Network. Mississippi State, they have the unfortunate task of going to Columbia, South Carolina to take on the 30th ranked South Carolina Gamecocks, 6:30 SEC.
Oh no, that's gonna be beat down.
Tennessee, who's coming off that 30-point ass whipping that they took to UConn, they get to go to Athens to take on the Georgia Bulldogs, 6:30 p.m. SEC Plus. Well, Mr. Cole Johnson, look at this matchup here.
What, talking about Vanderbilt in Kentucky?
Yep.
Well, the Lady Commodores better take the shots they're getting serious because they're coming fast and furious. And Vanderbilt, they consider Kentucky to be their biggest arch rival. So got the motivation. Allegedly, you do not like whatever Kentucky gives you. So if you can,
and the men already kicked you behind too. So
the men destroyed the gentlemen Wildcats.
The Kentucky Walk. Yeah, I knew you said like, well, they still ain't ready for Kentucky just yet. We'll see how that goes. But now the ladies get to go to Rupp Arena, and that's not a fun place to play at.
No. So yeah, the Lady Commodores have to go to Rupp Arena, get that dub, and show that they actually belong with the LSU's, the Texases, and the South Carolinas. Otherwise, they're straight stepsisters in the SEC.
7 p.m. ESPN ACC matchup. The 17th-ranked Blue Devils of Duke take on the 6th-ranked Louisville Cardinals. That should be a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a real fun one. 7 p.m. on the Big Ten Network. Minnesota visits 10th-ranked Iowa. This is a good bounce back game for you, Iowa Hawkeyes. You're on the fence. You're on the line. This is a good way to say, okay, we are a better team than you. We need to act like it. And then 9 p.m. on a ESPN Cole Johnson.
That would be the number 5 ranked Lady Tigers of LSU. They'll be traveling to Austin to play against the number 4 ranked Lady Longhorns. 9 p.m. is the tip on ESPN. That'll be 8 p.m. in Austin. We may see these two teams match up again in the SEC tournament, and we may see them again match up in the NCAA tournament to boot. Now, if I'm not mistaken, sir, correct me if I'm wrong. LSU owns a dub over the Lady. No, it was just a gentleman, but I think they do own a dub over the Lady Longhorns this year, don't they?
Live research. While I do that, continuing with the other 2 games on the screen there, sir.
Sure. All right. So you have the number 9 ranked Lady Buckeyes of Iowa State. They travel all the way across to the Apple State, Washington, as they meet up against Washington, 24th ranked. On Peacock is where this game will be. 9 p.m. tip-off, 6 p.m. in Seattle. And then you have, back in the SEC, Ole Miss, number 13 ranked Lady Rebels. They will be in Tuscaloosa to match up against the number 21 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. The Lady Crimson Tide will be hosting this game 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. SEC Network will have that tip.
That's a big one in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, it is.
That is a big one in Tuscaloosa. And yes, sir, January 11, 70-65 win over the 2nd-ranked Lady Longhorns.
That's what I thought. So now the Longhorns have to not treat this game and LSU as if they're throwaways. They're serious. You got to treat them serious. You got to put them you got to take them to the woodshed. You cannot take the Lady Tigers lightly. And they already own a dub against you this year. You got to take care of business.
Those are the college games. Let's go to the professionals of the National Basketball Association tonight. Coming up in about 40 minutes. Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. They are in Memphis, Tennessee to take on John Morant and the Grizzlies. 7 p.m. It's that. And after that game, Joel Embiid and the 76ers take on Kawhi Leonard and the LA Clippers. 10 p.m. out in LA.
Clippers, you have massively disappointed me. You got to show me that you are a regular season team. Come on now. The 76ers are proving that they're actually pretty decent. Show me that you are that juggernaut team that you have everybody gets their false hopes up saying, oh, yeah, they could be a Western Conference champion. Give me that effort for all of February, all of March, and all of April. Give me that effort.
That is Peacock Monday for you. Both games on the Peacock. Coast to Coast Tuesday on NBC and Peacock. We begin in Dallas, 8 p.m. when the Mavericks are hosting the Boston Celtics. And then at 11 p.m., The Portland Trail Blazers play host to the Phoenix Suns.
Celtics, you know what to do. Beat the Mavericks down and beat them down bad. I still love Dallas, but beat the Mavericks down. Now, as for the late game, come on now, Trailblazers. Don't act like the Suns actually are a team worth anything.
ESPN Wednesday. The Nuggets, they are in the Mecca. They take on the New York Knicks at 7 p.m.
I thought it was being complimentary.
And then the game everybody be looking forward to on Wednesday night. 9:30 p.m. Your location is San Antonio, Texas, where the Spurs play host to the defending champ Oklahoma City Thunder, with the Spurs leading the series 3-1. The last meeting, OKC showed some manpower, that championship pedigree, and got them back at home in OKC. Now they're going to San Antonio. Nuggets, Knicks, Thunder, Spurs, Wednesday inside the NBA.
Both are good games. I want to see if the Knicks can take the next step forward. They're shown that they can be entertaining. They show that they actually can play well when focused. Now, can they play consistently well? To me, that's the next step for this Knicks team. We already know the Nuggets can. The issue with them is, can people step up besides Murray and Jokic?
Or can I ask a better question?
Mm-hmm.
When are you going to get Aaron Gordon, Christian Braun back?
And that too. I mean, that also plays a big part too, because they're part of the rotation. They're part of that championship winning rotation. And the sooner they get them back, the better the Nuggets will be. Now, the game of the week, because let's be real. Thunder Spurs, that's the game of the week. The Thunder, they need to show that they are the best team in the game, and that the narrative of the Spurs got that number is a fluke. So you already took care of them in your crib. You got to take care of them in their crib. And for the Spurs, your goal is to put as much doubt in the Thunder's mind as you can. If you could say that you, in 4 regular season games, and I know the other one was in that dreaded NBA Cup, but if you could say in 4 regular season games you handed them 3 L's, then if the two of you do play, more than likely it will be in the middle part of May, because I think if you two would play, it would probably be for the Western Conference. You would be probably one of the only team. You probably would be the only team that the Thunder will have doubts about and say, "Can we handle this team?" So your goal is to hang a 3rd regular season L and a fourth L for the season against them.
You know how crazy that would be if the Spurs beat them 4 times. I mean, he's talking about, well, we're going to see a team that can beat them 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
And the Spurs end up doing it in the regular season. Oh, my
right.
God.
Mm-hmm.
That would be crazy.
That would be.
And then Prime Video Thursday. Bulls are up north. They take on the Toronto Raptors 7:30. And then the Golden State Warriors, they are in the desert to take on the Phoenix Suns at 10 p.m.
Brandon, do me a favor. Focus what's on the court, son. Don't focus on Glorilla. You know, we don't need to hear her music. And we do not need to be witness to her baby hairs being laid. And for the Suns, Warriors, what type of team is you? Is you the team that we actually got to be scared of, and you might make a run all the way into June? Or are you the team that you basically just throw a middle finger at everything and just want to recede back into the background? because we saw that you whooped up on one team and we said you got whooped up on another. So we got to see if you are actually interested and invested in this season.
We'll see. Trade deadline's Thursday, so
yeah,
we'll see what moves make. Speaking of which, if there are any trades that take place during Super Bowl week, be sure that Monday comes, we will be going over those trades.
Yeah, because there will be a few.
So which team wants to make moves? Who wants to? When I say make moves, which team wants to say, hey, we're this piece away from being a contender. We're going this route. And what team says, you know what, we're just going to throw in the towel. We're just going to call this a season right now and just get prepared for the lottery, the draft, and free agency.
And it looks like right now it is Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to, and we'll find out where.
Something tells me something else is going to happen.
I get the feeling too.
Something else is going to happen, and it's going to be like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Looking for one thing. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But why?
Why?
So, but that will do it for this edition of Shooting Lights Out. I mean, we got a lot of stuff in today. Jeez.
We did.
Got a heat check in, debuted our new segment, Contender Pretender. So join us next week for round 2 of Contender and Pretender. And then we'll see if we come up with another heat check or
a flagrant foul.
And for some reason, nobody has given us a flagrant foul this year. They've been very chill in the best ball ranks.
Yes.
Teams that's supposed to be doing what they're supposed to be doing, they are doing it. Teams that's supposed to be in the dweller, they are in the dweller. So
yeah, they are cellar dwelling. Yes.
So everybody's doing their part. That's why you haven't got no flagrant foul. Everybody's doing their part.
Everybody's doing their part. Okay, I got to remember that.
Everybody's doing their part. So
everybody's doing their part.
Everybody's living up to expectations.
Yes. It seems to be the case. Yes.
That's why you haven't gotten no flagrant foul from us in like a long time.
Yeah. What's it? Well, over 3 months. Wow. Okay.
Everybody living up to expectations. So it's like, what's there to really go after?
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Again, if you're watching on the Playmakerz Network YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. If you're watching on my personal LinkedIn, darn that Playmaker Silence, connect with me on LinkedIn. Then slide over to the Playmakerz Network YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We have been live on the Real Wise Radio. Thank y'all for listening on the radio. We also been live on Snowman Multimedia YouTube channel as well. Thank you, Snowman, for throwing us live on your channel. Appreciate it. Those of you who love the podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and wherever else you find your podcasts at. If you can leave a rate and review, please do so. And also, always chime in with your thoughts and comments whenever you listen to this. It is podcast version or the video version here on YouTube. We greatly appreciate it. For Code Johnson, I am the Playmaker signing off. Enjoy the week. We'll see what trades happen. And we'll come back next week for some more basketball talk.
You've done good. You've done great. But you can't stop here. You can't stop now. You gotta keep going. Through all your trials and your tribulations, you gotta keep pushing. Now, finish your canvas.
Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick that bitch again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud, gotta get it out the flow. Cause that's the only way to go. Let's go.